if we become more adept in this, we can do more and more to control these coincidences.
The lit candle confirms that the teachings of the Lord Buddha provide light to brighten up their everyday lives.
It would take quite a little time, a short time for you to recall the inner light.
Do you think that ordaining is a positive thing for you?
It's a good way to train your meditation, a good way to
Sawadika. Welcome to Meditation for All on the MC channel every Sunday morning at 4 a.m. Thai time. I'm Vichuda Satolanan and I will be your host for today. First up, Reverend Nicholas Thanisaro will continue on his topic of what is Buddhism. If you watched last week's episode, I'm sure you will have a clearer view of what Buddhism is all about. This week, we're going to learn more by trying to answer his remaining questionnaires.
Number 6, the basic nature of human beings is that of virtue. All the religions believe that. Christianity says that human beings are originally of the nature of sin. So we're basically bad, okay, according to Christianity. But we can get our salvation through pleasing God or whatever. How about humanism? Humanism believes in humans, okay? They believe that you become better or you do things of benefit from your own potential. So humanism believes that people can be good and that the good things that people are comes through their own efforts. This is also shared by Buddhism. But in Buddhism we have a deeper understanding of what we mean by what it is to be human. But at our very core, then everyone has perfection. Okay? So this idea of original sin is only found in Christianity. Number 7, the traditional dualism of mind and body must be rejected. And you could equally put body and soul. Any ideas? Humanism. Humanism doesn't believe that we have anything more than our body. Mind and body is the same. Christianity would talk more about body and soul, something which leaves the body after death. And in Buddhism, that would be the same, but of course we have a more detailed way of explaining it. It's not just one layer, but many layers. Number 8, it is immoral to wait for God to act for us. We must act ourselves to stop wars, crimes, and brutality. Humanism. So humanists don't hang around waiting for God to fix the problems of the world. They take action. And really Buddhism has much the same sort of approach. We might wait for the appropriate time to do something, but we certainly don't wait for some supernatural intervention. It's down to us and what we do. It's our actions that count. Religion is that which serves the personal and social needs of a group of people who share the same worldview. I think all of them would agree with that. Number 10, we die, sometimes painfully, sometimes painlessly, sometimes in our sleep, and that is the end of the story for us. Humanism, yes. So Buddhism and Christianity, then it's not the end of the story, okay? But what the rest of the story is depends on your interpretation, okay? Number 11, the universe is self-existing and non-created. Well, Buddhism can fit into this. Humanism may be interested in the sort of questions, maybe not, but certainly Christianity would not agree with that, because the universe has to be created. Number 12, it may be worth sacrificing immediate personal pleasures for fulfillment in the long term. Yes, any others? Monotheism would go with that as well. Humanists would say, live for today, enjoy yourself. But you may have your good works which you're doing, which maybe you make some personal sacrifices, but you never do something for this lifetime that you wouldn't see the results also in this lifetime if you're a humanist. But in monotheistic religions, in Buddhism, it's worth doing something this lifetime, sacrifices this lifetime, for results which may, in the long term, help you in lifetimes to come. 13, it is wrong to show interest in religions outside your own. Monotheistic religions tend to be a bit like this, to greater or lesser extent. But Buddhism welcomes that you explore. And humanists, I don't think they would be opposed to that. Number 14, we must make the most of our life for ourselves and for the rest of the human race. Maybe all of them. But exactly how you make the most of your life, well, that may be different from religion to religion. So you can see that, I think I've got a slide here with the so it comes out something like this. That's okay for you. So some things which the different traditions have in common, but there are some things which Buddhism has of its own, shares with humanism, shares with monotheism. So it's not that there's nothing supernatural about Buddhism, but the way we approach these supernatural things, maybe it's gentler. It's not an idea just to believe in them, but we work towards the point where we can prove these things for ourselves. So what's the point of broaching the idea of things beyond what the eye can see? Well, there are certain connections which we make in Buddhism which normally science doesn't make. For example, normally for things to affect one another in science, normally they have to be physically in contact with one another in one way or another. So for example, if you start to say a child grows up with a mental problem because of the way the parents treated it when they were young, then some people in science would not accept that. Because they would say, how can the actions of one set of people affect another person's thinking much later in time? They would say you can't make that connection. So things like, for example, psychoanalysis, sometimes they are not accepted by science. Or if you say lots of people meditating on one side of the planet can cause there to be more peace in the world on the other side of the planet, scientists would say, well, no, you can't believe in that sort of thing happening. But having said that, Buddhism goes quite well with science, but we also make connections which go beyond what science traditionally can accept. We do think that things affect the world which you can't explain merely by scientific results. And part of this, if you were to look at it in terms of causation in science, you could say that it's rather like coincidence. When have you ever had things in your life which you think are like happy coincidences? You think of that? You ever had a coincidence in your life which it was almost like it was meant to be? Coincidence. For example, you met a person just at the right time when you're needing to meet this person, and suddenly out of nowhere, they turn up, you know? You ever had that sort of experience? And you think it's just luck? In science, they say it's... Yeah, it happens, right? And you think that you're just... it's only a coincidence because you think it is? Or do you think there's something else happening behind the scenes? You think there's a reason for it or not? Or it just happens, it's just luck?
No,
There must be a reason. Anyone else got any other thoughts about coincidence? Think it just happens?
There's always a reason for something.
Ah, it sounds quite encouraging.
One has to find it.
Yeah. Some things we live with and they look like coincidence, look like they happen by luck, but yet we accept these things, you know, as if there's some extra meaning, but maybe we haven't found it yet. If it was science, they would just dismiss these things. They say, well, you only remember the good coincidences or something like that. Maybe the person was always there, but you only noticed them when you needed them or something like that. But most people from a subjective point of view, have had coincidences in their life. And if they are the sort of person who is switched on to slightly alternative views of the world, then they start to feel that there's more to life than meets the eye. Okay, I think that's not saying too much, okay? There's more to life than meets the eye. And one thing which makes many people spiritual is trying to find meaning in these sorts of things which happen in life which go beyond what you can explain scientifically. If you were a member of a monotheistic religion, you'd say, you know, God has provided this person for me at that time. You know, they have a way to interpret it, okay? In Buddhism also, it's not that we're superstitious, but we feel that these sort of incidents are not only luck, but it's as if we have something to do with them. And if we become more adept in this, we can do more and more to control these coincidences in our favor. And when we talk about things like the law of karma, it's rather like this. We take more and more control of the things which before we might have regarded as coincidences in our life, so that those coincidences work more and more in our favor. So instead of just letting them happen to us in a passive way, we start to take control of things which from our experience we find can take control of these coincidences and help them to work in our favor. And that's what, in a nutshell, we would call law of karma. So the sorts of things we can do that we have more positive coincidences in our life, this is what we call making positive karma. We talk more about this later in the course, but what I'm doing is sort of drawing an outline of the things which we'll touch on later, to show that in fact it's not just Buddhism, is not just, you know, a lot of weird stuff, okay? But already, even through our common sense, we already touch on many of the issues which Buddhism deals with. It's just that maybe we haven't put them together into something systematic enough to be able to describe it in a coherent way. But when we come to Buddhism, they try to put all of these things into a system to show that things don't happen because of luck, but everything happens because of a reason. It's just a question of looking deeply enough to be able to understand those reasons. And if we understand them, then we can take control of them. So, coincidence, one factor, okay, which links things together which normally we would not think were connected.
The Lord Buddha said, "Be simple, but contented." Real happiness resides inside us and begins when we stop the wandering mind. The teaching of the Holy One provides light to brighten up our everyday lives. During the 3-month period of Buddhist Lent, Buddhists will pay respect through the light of a special candle called Tien Pansa.
The teachings of Lord Buddha enlighten the world. They show the true nature of the world, a profound and precise truth, the absolute truth from which none of us can flee. His sacred words bring understanding to all beings, easing the suffering in their lives. Lighting a candle reminds us of his teachings, words that lift our lives to heights where we can touch the light of eternity. Scholars call Buddhism, or the teachings of Lord Buddha, the light of Asia. Due to his words, Asian people can render their word replete with smiling faces. Their expansive love and generosity arise from concepts of giving, kindness, and compassion. and even buffeted by waves of imperialism, technology, and modernization, Asia retains its happiness and remains an impressive place to experience. Buddhism teaches people to see the world like an elder who understands the cyclic nature of existence. Buddhism teaches people to see the impermanence of life, that living beings exist day by day. And every day, with the sweetness or bitterness that accompanies every breath, life grows shorter, regardless of wealth or fame, irrespective of beauty or unpleasantness. Even in a world of technological prowess, many questions remain unanswered. People deserve real happiness, but they cannot discern its hiding place and the things that conceal and obscure the path to happiness. Even as their lives end, they still cannot find the way. The Lord Buddha said, "Be simple but contented. Real happiness resides inside us and begins when we stop the wandering mind. This is the starting point of true contentment. Let us cut and polish the mind into a flawless diamond. The inner light will refine the external factors. Then, step by step, life will be in tune from inside out." In Buddhism, meditation has a place in everyday life. It is the start and conclusion of our activities. It applies to any daily task, to all lifestyles. Meditation makes life balanced. Meditation helps us find an emotional counterweight to need and suffering. From inside out, Buddhists are led to the middle path, to stay with the inner stillness where the mind can find its natural resting place. There, happiness becomes possible, reasonable, and more deep-rooted. Life is fascinating, and happiness arises through peace and contentment of a still mind. During the 3 months of Buddhist Lent, Buddhists will pay their respects through the light of a special candle called Tien Pan Sa. The lit candle confirms that the teachings of the Lord Buddha provide light to brighten up their everyday lives. The Lord Buddha's words illuminate the path to a happy life. The teachings are the light that brightens their vision while making their missions easier. The flame of the candle is not only to remind people of the teachings of Lord Buddha, the ultimate truth. The candlelight also demonstrates their gratitude to the Blessed One, who turned the wheel of true happiness and made the pursuit of the truth possible. Life becomes more precious with the inner light present, and the inner light helps us pursue our lives with love, kindness, and generosity so that we avoid becoming the playthings of fate. The Tien Pan Sa flame thoroughly shines the Buddhist's grateful light. It is believed that the light ascends all the way to Nirvana, the supreme place of the Lord Buddha, and those showing their gratitude will be blessed by him. Gratitude is not only for the Blessed One, it is also for the monks who make Buddhism the living truth.
As always, Reverend Somsak Piyasilo will come and help you relax your mind.
It is another nice occasion that we meet again. Welcome everyone to the moment of inner peace. This is session 5 of part 3. Last time we mentioned a lot about the inner light, the light of serenity, and this time we will go further for it. If you are a frequent meditator, it would take quite a little time, a short time for you to recall the inner light. But if you are a newcomer, don't worry, just follow my words of guidance. We will go into the meditation emotion period together. Alright, if you are ready, you look for a comfortable corner for yourself. You can sit on the floor with the support of a cushion, a pillow. You can sit on a chair or on a cushion, wherever you feel best. Follow your feeling that you feel best. And then Remind yourself of the turning point by taking a good deep breath. Notice the flow of your in-breath. It goes past the lungs, down to the center, in the middle of the abdomen. This is where your inner light begins. Now remember the moon in the mind. By the click of the thought, a gentle click, just think about the shining moon in the center of the body. Righto, you get it. It's shining inside your center. Then gently close the eyes. Allow the feeling of brightness expand from inside. Of course, the inner light must start from inside, at the very turning point, the very center of the body. This is the origin of bright inner light. And let the stream of brightness expand from the center until brightness covers all over the body. Let relaxation expand also from inside. Like we are flooded by the stream, by the wave of relaxation all around. Let inner light, inner brightness shine through the whole body. But the origin of the bright light is always in the inner station of peace, at the center of the body. Enjoy the calmness and peacefulness derived from the inner light. Remember the moon, the inner moon in the mind we enjoyed together since last time. The moon is shining in the mind. And then we place a diamond, a piece of bright diamond, onto the center of the inner moon. Allow the diamond shine brighter and brighter onto the bright moon. We can call this the bright on the light. The bright diamond is shining in the middle of the bright moon. The bright on the light happens inside the center of the body. If you are the newcomer, just imagine with your soft imagination. There is a moon floating inside the abdomen. We can call this the station of peace. In the center of that round moon, there is a diamond brighter than the moon, placed onto the center. By the way we perceive, we look at it, We call this the bright on the light. Enjoy the bright on the light for a little longer in quietness together. Let's take a good deep breath again to confirm the existence of the bright moon at the turning point. Allow the bright diamond shine so bright on the light. During Buddhist Lent period, the rainy season, it is the time where candles of the temples all around the Kingdom of Thailand, the candles will be on flame always. Let that kind of flame of peace shine through the whole body of ours. Let's relax even further for a better contentment. Let's relax even more for a brighter environment inside. If you are a regular meditator, you have reached the advanced stage where we can click the light at any time we want. Just by a little click, we can stay with the brightness inside at any time. But for a newcomer, just imagine we reach the image of the bright moon. Just imagine and we get it. This is also another easy process for newcomer. Then you can notice the plain bright moon. It gives a kind of feeling. And then the moon with the diamond inside, that gives another better feeling. The plain moon without the diamond and the full moon with the diamond in the middle, each one gives different feeling, and you can tell by yourself. By observing the feeling, the happiness derived from the moon with or without the bright diamond, you see the difference. Allow the mind to enjoy the cruise along the road of peace, filled with bright light always. By now, there is no such thing as darkness when we close the eyes. You don't see the outside, but the inside is so bright all the time. Enjoy this for a while in quietness. The tiny star or diamond, the tiny diamond or bright dot of the star inside is a real connection from the world outside to the wonderful world inside. This is the connection that is unbelievable. Every time we get connected to this point, we are really overwhelmed by contentment. Anyway, sometimes the moon can be bright, sometimes it is soft. Do not force or try to frame the brightness of the moon. Instead of framing or forcing, we allow the moon in the mind to be free, to shine with freedom of expansion. No frame, no force at all. Sometimes the star, the bright diamond, is here. Sometimes it is out somewhere. She keeps coming, she keeps going. Just welcome it back with love. Recall the existence of the bright star, the bright diamond, with love and compassion. Soon she will come back to the center, the middle of the bright moon again. So we are now overwhelmed by the feeling of relaxation, the feeling of brightness that glorifies our inner beings. Enjoy it. Remember to share this kind of bright light by radiating the sphere of brightness to all directions. Expand the sphere of brightness from the bright diamond outwards. The sphere of brightness grows bigger and bigger all the time. This is an endless process. Let it be. If we are ready, ladies and gentlemen, this is another success in your meditation. You are ready. Confirm the existence of the bright moon. We take a good deep breath again to confirm the existence of the moon and the diamond. This is the axis of the mind. Stay there and gently open up. How is your meditation? I'm sure you enjoy inner peace more or less, and hope you keep practicing meditation, because everything we do in the peaceful process here, we do for the sake of our own life. We don't do this for others, but we do for ourselves. Until we meet again, a week is not far away, and hope you practice meditation every day. Until we meet again, สวัสดี
Next, we will share the remarkable story of Clint Kavalin, who has ordained as a Buddhist novice 9 times. He plays the role of big brother for others. Now, let's find out what made him become a group leader, and finally, the leader for everyone. More importantly, what benefits he sees in his ordination.
วัสดีค่ะ Welcome to the special program on the Dhammatayat ordination ceremony in Thailand at Wat Phra Thamakai on occasion of the Buddhist Lent 2006. Here in Thailand, it's customary for all men aged 20 and up to ordain as a monk in order to pay respect to their parents and, most importantly, to discover the truth of life. Here with us today is Clint Kavelin, who has flown all the way from the States to come join us and to prepare to ordain during these next 3 months. So hello, Clint. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. So what made you decide to ordain here this Buddhist Lent?
Well, this year, if you know Elon and Joshua from New Jersey, they're pretty, well, I'd say pretty famous on this channel. Their mother called my mom asking for me to come help out and watch over them. It's their first time. So I said yes. And I said yes because, well, I seem to always be the guy that helps watch over everybody. I'm okay with that. And I wanted to come to Thailand too.
Do you think that ordaining is a positive thing for you?
It's always a positive thing. Ordination, it's a good way to train your meditation, a good way to learn Dhamma. But mostly it's best for meditation, I see, because when you're trying to meditate on your own, sometimes you can't get everything out of your mind. But once you're ordaining, if your family's not with you anymore, you don't have problems from work, you don't have to worry about your hair or the clothes that you wear. It's a lot more simple. So it's a lot easier to learn and relax.
Do you meditate regularly?
Before I didn't used to. Before I didn't have time at all. My daily life my day starts off at 5:30 in the morning. I wake up, get ready for school, get my little sister ready. She's about 8 years old. I'd prepare food for her. I'd pretty much get everything ready. Then at 8 o'clock, I'd take her to school. Then I had to take myself to school. And then I'm there at school till 3 o'clock, go back, pick her up, come back home, watch over her, cook, feed her, do whatever. And there's just not enough time to just sit down and relax. But I always have at least a few minutes to just stop everything and calm my mind.
And you find that those few minutes help you during the day to organize and...
Without it, I'd probably go insane. I'd probably go pretty crazy. But because of it, I can organize everything and the day seems to flow a lot easier.
That's good. And so, have you seen any changes in yourself since you started meditating?
Since I started meditating, I've noticed that I'm more calm. I'm more relaxed. I can go through the day and not be mad about this or forgive whoever cuts me off when I'm driving. Or
Which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, especially for us guys.
But you say when you meditate, do you have any special experiences?
Yeah, when I meditate, other than being relaxed, calm, I feel like there's something bright within me. Some kind of light just shines out. And it gives you a sense of purity, like you're cleansed, and it's just that inner peace, just really nice.
I see. And is this your first time ordaining as a monk?
Actually, this will be my 10th time.
Oh, your 10th time, wow.
Yeah, I've ordained as a novice monk 9 times. First time I ordained, I was the only novice, so there was no one to play with or hang out with. But I got a lot of time to meditate. The first time I meditated, I didn't use the Dhammakaya method. Didn't know it yet. But somehow I was able to meditate for 2 hours straight. There was this one night, actually it was more like I didn't know I could leave, so I just sat there. And then after that, I went to ordain at the Dhammakaya International Meditation Center in Azusa. That's where I got to have a mass ordination with at least about 20 to 30 people, all around my age. So I had someone to talk to. And it was fun. And then after that, I had well, I guess because I was the elder, that was my third time, and they considered me, I guess, high ranking. And then I became the leader. So I became group leader, and after a few years, I became the leader. Now I'm always the one that has to watch over everyone, but it's okay. It's tiring. Like last year it was me and 50 novices. Good thing I have about 10 friends to help me out, but mostly it's
in your role as Big Brother.
Yeah, everyone over there calls me Big Brother. It's always P Clint. In Thai, P means Big Brother. And I even have some friends that are older than me, and they call me P Clint.
And so, how have you found time to ordain as a monk?
Usually I ordain during the summer, because during the summer I don't have to learn. It's nice and easy. I can just go and practice. But this time, now that I'm here in Thailand, I'm going to skip my fall semester. I'm in my third year of college right now. I'm going to skip my fall semester so I can be here for 3 months as a monk.
Oh, wow. Which for many people is considered a big time commitment.
Oh, yeah. I considered it very much worth it.
Why is that?
Because not many people can, well, most people can't even ordain. Either their parents won't let them, or their religion wouldn't allow it, or they keep saying, "Oh, let me learn first. Let me finish high school. Let me finish college," or they go on and they're like, "Oh, I have a family now. Never mind. I don't want to do it." I say, at least do it one time. Do it one time and see how you feel about that. At least, even if you're a different religion, at least so you can learn a different way of life, learn the Buddhist way, and practice meditation.
When you tell your friends that you are ordaining as a Buddhist monk, do your friends have any reactions to this news?
Oh.
How do they feel about this?
Well, the first time I ordained, I forgot to mention, that I took a week out of school so I can ordain. It was my 5th grade year, I remember this. And I actually took the monks to my school. I took some of them to my school so I could teach and show my friends what I was doing. And they would all ask, "Why do you wear the orange robe? Why do you shave your hair? Why can't you touch girls?" Something like that. And then, as a kid, I didn't really know most of the answers. Why do we wear orange? Because that's what they wear. But now I know it's kind of the reason is the orange is kind of like a bright, kind of a nice bright color, kind of to show peace and purity. And it's sapphire, like the sun, kind of show like
Brightness.
I guess brightness, yeah, brightness and purity.
You can definitely tell who are monks and who aren't when
Yes,
you see the robes.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that it's worth it to spend all this time, this 3 months ordained as a monk. And what benefits do you see ordaining?
Benefits of ordaining is a nice environment for you to practice Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings, and meditation, mostly those two. And then you can also, through meditation and through the Dhamma, you can search yourself, see what's wrong, and you can fix yourself. Gives you that time to just stop and think and see how to better yourself.
Do you make any friends while you're ordaining, or?
Oh, always. Every time you ordain, depending on the big group or the smaller group, whoever there is, they all become like your brothers. We all, at first maybe a little hard, because there's sometimes you know, people are people. They're human. We're not perfect. Some people, they're like, okay, this guy's a little different. Let's not hang out with him. I try to get everyone to be together. That's kind of my job.
As big brother.
Yeah. Usually it's not too hard to do. Usually just get them to talk. Sometimes they're really shy and really quiet. Once you get them to talk, sometimes they won't stop talking.
Cool.
I have one friend, in Azusa, he ordained, and it was his second time ordaining, but it was his first time in America. He just came from Thailand. And actually, I didn't even notice he was there because he was so quiet. But one of the monks, he asked me, Clint, do you think you can sleep in the room with him so he can start talking to someone? Because he has no friends. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know he was there. I'm like, geez, he's really quiet. So I was like, okay, I'll sleep in his room. And then right after that day, we started to talk. And then after that night, he talks and he doesn't stop talking. And he's become one of my best friends.
Oh, that's great. So you found one of your best friends through the ordaining too?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Very nice. So it seems as though Clint, through his meditation experiences and his experiences ordaining, has become a leader in both his family, taking care of his brothers and sisters, taking all the responsibilities, as well as a leader, a big brother in society, becoming a big brother to everyone he meets. And so, Clint, do you have any last words you'd like to share?
Actually, yes. I'd like to recommend ordination to everyone. It doesn't matter what your religion is. If your religion really doesn't allow it, then don't break your religion. But I really believe that if you ordain, you can find yourself. If you feel lost, ordination's great. And meditation is even better for everyone. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you very much for joining us today. And next week, we'll have more interviews with participants in the Tamatayat ordination ceremony. Thank you.
Sawasdee krap.
That concludes our program for today. Thank you for watching Meditation for All. We hope to see you on Sunday, August 6th, which is a World Meditation Day. And to celebrate this auspicious day, we would like to invite you to share your benefits and experiences from meditation by sending an email to meditationforall@hotmail.com and receive a gift from us. สวัสดีค่ะ